All right, Everton fan, you're probably tired of seeing this team go through ups and downs, but things seem to be taking an interesting turn now. Commentator Ian Darke shared his thoughts on losing Jarrad Branthwaite, who's injured again. He even called it a small concern. Small, maybe, but when it comes to a young defender like Branthwaite, who was just starting to regain his confidence, it definitely leaves a bitter taste. And you know how it is, injuries seem to haunt our players at the worst possible times, right? Now, before you get too worried, Darke believes Everton is finally showing signs of being that resilient team we've been hoping for under Sean Dyche. Remember when the defense felt like Swiss cheese? Well, it looks like we're starting to patch up those holes. In the last game against Newcastle at Goodison Park, Michael Keane stood out. Yep, you read that right. The same Keane, who's been heavily criticised, managed to shine in Branthwaite's absence after another setback at Finch Farm. And how can we forget Jordan Pickford? Our wall pulled off yet another penalty save, and this time against none other than Anthony Gordon, who returned as the villain. That save wasn't just a highlight, it was a symbol of resilience. And let's be honest, that's exactly what we need in Everton that doesn't go down without a fight. But back to Branthwaite. That's concerning. The kid only returned for one game and is already out again. But with Keane in form and the defense tightening up, maybe there's still light at the end of the tunnel. Dyche is turning this group into a team that knows how to suffer and endure, that cliche we hate, but makes all the sense in football. And what about the season so far? We started off in disastrous form. It seemed like nothing was going right, both on and off the pitch. The chaos in the boardroom reflected on the field, and everything felt like a nightmare. But slowly, Dyche is doing what he does best, building a solid foundation and bringing out the best in players many had written off. Keane is a perfect example of that. The big problem, we can't rely on him so heavily, especially with Branthwaite out. And keeping the young defender around is becoming a never-ending task as injuries continue to be a major obstacle. Now, with Pickford and Gordon facing each other once again on opposite sides, the focus is making sure our players return from international duty in good shape. Dyche can only hope that when Everton is back on the pitch against Ipswich Town on October 19th, the squad will be complete, fit and ready for battle. So, fellow Toffees fan, here's the big question. Are we finally seeing the Everton that we all know can emerge under Dyche's leadership?